also live with suggestions for guests and
great
topics.
events, programs, and student and faculty all the countries and
Welcome to this week's segment of Dialogue Houston. I'm your host, Lawrence Payne. For those joining us perhaps for the first time here now, we can be found now every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 a.m. and again at 6 p.m. Saturday afternoons at 3 p.m. As always, at the top of the hour, let me thank you for your calls, emails, and text messages concerning previous shows and guests we've aired on ACC TV, and grateful for your ideas and topics for guests to be covered on upcoming segments of Dialogue Houston. For after all, this is your community affairs, public affairs show here on ACC TV, now proudly starting this January, its 30th season. This is a very special segment we do in conjunction with the Houston Public Library for such a time as this. We refer to this segment as Living in New Knowledge. We try to impart some new knowledge to you on this segment with our partners, the Houston Public Library, so that you will be informed and to know some things that you can help spread to the rest of your community members and to help to spread the knowledge and environment of education around our community. I'm so happy and proud to have with us today Yadira Trejo, who is the library service specialist, with a wonderful thing that we have within the Houston Public Library called CafeCollege. And it really has a great couple of taglines. One is, let's do college Houston, colleges for everyone. And the one that I love, it is never too late to go to college and get your degree or your certificate or your whatever you want, because it's all there for you. And guess what? CafeCollege makes it so easy for you to do. So without further ado, welcome, Yadira.
Hi, Larry. Thank you so much for a wonderful introduction. My name is Yadira, and as you mentioned, I work for CafeCollege Houston, part of the Houston Public Library System. We're actually modeled after this CafeCollege San Antonio. We saw that there was success and would say, hey, we need to bring this to our community. We have a lot of students, adults that are interested in going back to education. So we borrowed their idea, and in December 2015, we opened our doors. We are located in the near Northside neighborhood community, inside Carnegie Neighborhood Library, right across from Northside High School, formerly known as Jefferson Davis. And we offer a lot of services completely free for students, adults, family members, even as young as middle school, because it's never too early to start and it's never too late. And we've been here for a while. Some of the services that we offer are goal settings, especially for our middle schoolers and the high schoolers, freshmen and sophomore, in order to get them prepared for college. We want to make sure that they have all the tools and the tools that they need in order to prepare. So goal setting is always a good one. We always do the smarts. We also offer the art scholarships at Beautiful Middle School that sometimes they're not aware of, and we help them with all that as well. Another thing that we do is college entry and enrollment. Texas actually went into a new law that for all the seniors to graduate, they either have to do their FAFSA and the TASFA, and we help with that process all together. So we're here, and not necessarily for 4-year or 2-year college. There's a lot of people, oh, it's always college, it has to be 2 years and 4 years, and we're like, no, we offer career assessments and career tests or personalities in order to help you guide on what you want to study. There's also vocational classes. There's plumbing. Who can forget what happened last year around this time in February when we needed plumbers and they had
That's true.
They had to come in. So, plumbing, it's a really high growth job. Electricians, they're always going to need light. Also medical field, carpentry, that's a wonderful skill, and we help with that. So you not necessarily have to think about 4 years college or associates or a bachelor's degree. We do offer paths for you to do vocational schools in order to help you succeed in life and get better.
How do you, I love it that we start early. Tell us about how you integrate with the middle school kids and high school kids to get them really interested and involved.
Yeah, so we partner with our HPO summer camp called Camp Stream, and we also, because we're located in such a good neighborhood and community, we invite the middle schoolers, of course, before COVID, we invite them to our offices and we have them do activities, scavenger hunts. We have this little design your own college logo and your own little tag and your, what would you like for, what programs will your college offer, in order to get them interested in college and get them to start thinking about those different options that they'll have offer once they get into high school. And for the high schools as well, we invite them to come over. We do workshops right now because of the whole situation that we're going through. We do virtual workshops, we do webinars, we do parent nights. Both all our services are English and Spanish because we are bilingual staff, and we want to make sure that all the community, everybody has the same resources, because we want to make sure that they know that there is a possibility for them to go to school. There is financial aid out there. There is other options. You just, it is a lot of work, but we're here to help you with that.
What do you see as some of the number one barriers that when the students come, that they talk to you about it, they share with you?
Some of the barriers that I get a lot from students is that they're scared that they don't have the grades, they don't have the test grades to it, or they don't think they're smart enough to go to college. And we're like, no, there's always different paths for you to open. We usually, when we get hear students like that, they're like, well, let's start at a community college. It's more affordable. The classes are not easier, but it's a better transition from you to go from high school, community college to university than instead of high school and university. We're like, there's always options. The library offers a lot of resources as well for tutoring. We have here as well workshops on how to do, like I said, goal settings, time management, how to write an essay, how to do presentations and stuff like that. So we offer them all, and it's just trying to talk to them and say, no, there is a way. We just have to kind of dig a little bit deeper, and we can help in all that process.
Has CafeCollege expanded beyond Carnegie?
Not at the moment, unfortunately. We're still just here at Carnegie, but we do offer our services virtually. So meaning if you need us
That's what I wanted to get to, yeah.
Yeah, so for some reason you can't come here because you're in Katy or Spring, which we do get or some of our customers or students from, let's hop into Zoom, or let's hop up into Teams, and you share your screen with us so we can see what we're seeing, and we're like, oh, okay, click on the left hand corner, click on the right hand corner. Oh, this is what this question is asking you. So we still take the same time as with you. It's a one-on-one session, so it's not like a team or Zoom meeting, like a classroom where you have 4 people are asking you different questions. It's actually a one-on-one where we dedicate our time in order to make sure we answer all your answers, make sure that the process that we started, it's finalized, because that's one of the things we like to do. We want to make sure when we start something, we make sure that we finalize it, that you submit it, so you can check it out of your to-do list or your checklist.
Are parents involved in these processes for the most part, or is it mostly student driven?
It's a mixture. Sometimes it's just the students. Sometimes it's both of them. We usually encourage the parents to be part of it because we want to make sure they're involved in the students' decisions to make sure they're open, especially when it comes to like first generation or something. We want to explain the process of, okay, this is what FAFSA is. This is what scholarship is. This is what the application is, so they can be more aware and more informed when it comes down to the other children that comes after the oldest.
Right. So it's a great opportunity to educate the parents also as to what the opportunities are.
Yes, and sometimes we offer webinars and workshops for parents as well. As I mentioned, we do offer them, and because we are in a community that's mostly Spanish speaking, so we do offer them bilingually. We do have staff members when they do come in. If they just want to just do Spanish, that's totally fine. We can help them with that as well.
So can groups and organizations who want to work with you, women's groups, different, all kinds of organizations, is there opportunities to partner with the work that you do there as volunteers?
Not as volunteers at the moment because of the whole situation we're going through, but we do presentations. We actually partner up with Princeton Review last year, where Princeton Review offer free PSAT classes.
Wonderful.
For their students. So they will take the test, get their scores, and then we'll either come talk to one of our advisors here or talk to a Princeton Review advisor and say, hey, this is my grade. This is what I need. This is what you need to work on in order to bring your PSAT a little bit higher for your test scores. We also partner up with Sally Mae to do webinars about student loans, award letters, how to understand the process of financial aid and scholarships that the Sally Mae offers, or the database that they have. And we also offer we partner with banks, the Mayor's Office of Education, in order to get the students know about financial basics, how don't just get a credit card, you have to be smart about it, get a
Right.
budget and stuff like that. So we partner with different organizations and companies as well.
If a group at, let's say, a church wanted to have you come out and make a presentation to a group of parents and students, is that something we can do?
Yes, definitely. They can reach out to us. They can go to our website at CafeCollegeHouston.org, and they can send us an email or call us at our phone number at 832-393-1736 and say, hey, I'm interested for you to present, do this type of workshop. We'll give them a list, like I mentioned before.
Right.
And
Right.
then choose, and we're like, okay, do you want it bilingual? Do you want it English? What's the age range? Because I said we can go from middle school, high school,
Right.
adult learners, and say, we're like, okay, we can help you and we can plan it. At the moment, it's all virtually just to the situation, but hopefully once everything
Right.
gets down, we'll be going in person, and we do outreaches and fairs and college fairs, school nights, parents' nights, PTO meetings, anywhere we are welcome and enjoy to come and visit.
So obviously, because it is through the use of the library, all your services are free. And the question that as I listened to you talk so wonderfully about the program, is to know us is to love us.
Yes.
So the word is, how do we get out more about Cafe College to use? I know we're doing a lot of stuff on social media also with Cafe College and trying to outreach. But this is such a wonderful opportunity for students and for parents to avail themselves of. And I know that you are really working hard to do that, COVID notwithstanding, because it's put a kind of a change on everything, the way we do business. But how can the public help you? How can citizens help you advertise Cafe College?
So mostly word by mouth. Some of our students is like, oh, how'd you hear about us? Oh, my friend told me this, that you were really helpful. We did our FAFSA, or you helped them with the college application or apply Texas. So we highly encourage students and parents, please spread the word. Let them know that we're here. Our services are completely free. You can always call us. You can always email us. You can even try to contact us through social media. We're always trying to respond as fast as we can. Just let everybody know, like, hey, Cafe College is here. They're a career college center, this is the programs that we offer. Just come visit them. And like I said, we do offer the services bilingual, Spanish and English. So we're open and we'll be able to communicate with everybody.
What do you see as your number one challenge going forward in delivering the services that y'all provide?
I really wish we had more locations available at different libraries. I think reaching out to different communities, but with us being all the way to those organizations helps. But I think our challenge is just trying to spread the word that we are here. Sometimes when people are like, oh, what are you? We're like, oh, we're Cafe College, we're a college and career center.
Right.
And we explain this whole entire process. They're like, oh, wow, that's new. I didn't know about that. I'm like, yes. I guess just trying to kind of let Houston and the students and the families know that there is a college career center here that offers these great services for free. And we just wish everybody else would know about it as well.
I'm sure you have some great stories now from students who have gone on to accomplish great things and great narratives. Are some of those stories archived where individuals could listen to them vis-a-vis electronically?
No, but now that you mentioned, that's a great idea. I think that's something we'll probably pursue. Usually the students are kind of shy. They want to kind of keep their story to themselves. And we like to respect that. We were like, okay,
Right.
that's great. So we usually like, oh, we had this student, this is their, things. But no, that's actually a great idea, Larry. I think we'll maybe archive or kind of testimonials will be great for us.
If not video, audio.
Yeah.
If not video, just audio. If they don't want to be identified or be on screen. So let's think outside the box now a little bit. So Cafe College has been here since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
It is growing every year. It is expanding its tentacles from this wonderful one location that is doing great work all around the city. How do you see Cafe College in another, let's say, 5 years? What are the goals for Cafe College going forward to really try to engage the larger community? I know y'all are doing everything you can think about to do that, but it's such, I'm saying this because it's such a great program, and to really have people to really embrace it and understand it I think is really important going forward.
Yeah, so I think hopefully in 5 years we'll have more offices and more libraries where they can stop by, or maybe have. I think one of our ideas that we had before COVID was to have a what they call it on the go bus, where they have
Yes,
take the CafeCollege bus to different
I heard
in
about that.
different.
That's why I'm asking this question.
Yeah, so that was something that we had planned or that they were starting to do before, of course, the pandemic hit. We will write this bus that had computers and laptops and Wi-Fi, and we go to the schools, the different parks, and let them know, hey, we're at CafeCollege. Do you need help with applying Texas resume or looking for scholarships or even looking the colleges that offer the degree plan that you need? Just come on in and we'll help you with that. We'll have advisors there and have tables. So that's something hopefully in the next 5 years we'll pick up right again and have them for us to make it easier for us to go to these communities that need these services.
Okay. The big HPL bus that goes around the different neighborhoods. I know y'all have been used that a few times for certain events.
Yes, we did. We partnered up with that was part of community engagements from part of the
Uh-huh.
HPO. So we would partner up with them and say, okay, can you let us borrow your car for these days? Well, your big bus for these days, and so we can go to this neighborhood or go to this school because the school didn't have enough laptops or enough computers. So we would do that with them as well.
Yeah, I think that's a great opportunity to partner with community engagement and use their wonderful. I think they have two of them now. Two of their buses to be able to really expand the work of CafeCollege. So in CafeCollege's world, when you prepare the students for whatever their next step is, all of the work, the paperwork, the dotting of the I's, the crossing of the T's, you assist them in, and it's all done. They just have to now follow through.
Yes.
The question always, what is their follow through rate? Because after you help them do all the paperwork, it is still on them to make sure it's submitted, to take the next steps, and to make sure they move forward.
Yes, and one of the ways that we help them with that is we give them a to-do list. We ask them, okay, we finished your FAFSA.
Okay.
Your next step, let's write down your list. Your next step is finish applying for Texas. After you finish your applying for Texas, you're gonna do your award letters. If your applications need essays, let's start working on your essays. Choose the topic you wanna do. Do your rough draft. We're here to go over your rough draft and help you make your essay a little bit better. After you've done your draft and you submitted your application and you've done that, the next step is for you to wait for your school and look at your award letters you get from them. And let's go ahead and, okay, now let's analyze the award letters. So we give them steps and we do to-do lists and we're like, okay, here, make sure you put these down. So then make sure to make it easier for them to understand the process of college, because it is kind of like a rabbit hole that if you let something go, you can get lost and it gets confusing after a while.
Right. So let's recap, and I want to do it systematically. So I'm going to talk about categories and have you fill in what CafeCollege does on each one of these categories. So let's start with college entry and enrollment. What do we do there to assist the students under that category?
So under college entry and enrollment, we usually, if they are interested in a particular school, we kind of we give them virtual tours. We kind of let them see what their admission process is, how much is tuition, what are the test scores they're asking for, the GPA, and stuff like that. Also, like I said, if they're not sure what they want to study, we give them a career college assessment where that gives them a personality check to see what they might be interested, and say, oh look, it seems that you might be interested to be a teacher. Is that something you've done before? Have you helped your teacher before, and kind of help them with that process?
Under financial aid and guidance, what do we do there?
So usually for financial aid guidance, it's helping the students fill up their FAFSA if they're a citizen, or TASFA if they're non, and they will require the Texas financial aid. We also help them look for scholarships, writing essays, make sure that they can get understand their awards letters when they come in from the colleges they apply.
Under the banner of career planning.
So career plans, usually those are for like our bachelors that are like, oh, I want to switch my major, or I'm going to grad school. Can you help me understand how to do that? Transfer, how to get my transcripts to them, how to do my personal statement in order to get my application, and also help them look for scholarships for grad school.
Okay, and on the college transition.
So college transition is for usually for our seniors, our high school students, in order to help them, like I said, with these workshops about time management, smart goals, because we want to make sure yes, you apply to college. Okay, now you have to take the classes. So we want to make sure that they succeed in these classes by make sure they know how to time manage, they know how to do their schools, prioritize their classes, their projects that they need to do, who to study, or how to even ask for help. Like, okay, I need help with this. How do I look for a tutor? How do I, like, where do I go to get these resources that they offer?
And under goal setting.
So goal settings, like I mentioned, is are usually we start with our middle schoolers. We're like, okay, we try to make sure that college is interested for them, and it's not something for them to fear when they get into high school. And they're like, oh, college application, SATs, PSATs. They're like, no, let's make it fun by making it interested for them.
What's the average age of the adult learner or the adult student that we work with?
So for the adult learners, usually are between 18 to 24. We actually have two great programs for adult learners. Our first one, it's Career Online High School, which we were offered where we offer 5 scholarships for free, where the adult learners can get their high school diploma. And this is not a GED, this is an actual high school diploma that's been nationally recognized, meaning that once you get it, you can take this to continue college or say that you're a high school graduate. It's everything online. There is a process, you do your survey, you do a 2-week pre-requirement to just so you can have an idea of how the classwork will be. And then of course, you get to go and enroll in the classes. You can actually pick up your high school where you left off. So if you only finish 8th grade, then you'll do your 9th, 10th, and 12th grade. Or if you finish your 10th grade, you just do your 11th and 12th. So it actually, they actually accept your credits from your previous high school along, you submit your transcript and everything. And it's a wonderful program that we have. We still have 2 scholarships left. So I hope people listening to us are interested. They're like, yes, let's, I want to go back to high school, because like you mentioned before, it's never too late to start college. So, and we're always on this opportunity. And once they get their high school diploma or their through the Career Online High School program, then we're here to help them transition to community college or to vocational school, as I mentioned, or even to pursue their bachelor's degree.
And returning students, we hear so many times their stories. Basically, life got in the way. Life gets in the way. And so it delayed their return back to school and to college to finish their degree. And they want to do it. But for so many of them, the fear factor is so strong because they've been out so long. And just the thought of getting back into an academic requirement, an academic endeavor really frightens them. How do you help them kind of alleviate those fears and work through some of that stuff?
So usually it's just sitting with them, hearing their fears, and say, most of them are kind of scared. Sometimes they're like, oh, it's virtually. We're like, well, it's okay. We're here. We kind of show them the different trainings that are available through their colleges or through our Houston Public Library LinkedIn, Learning LinkedIn program, and say, okay, this is the same thing as you were going before. You have to prioritize your classes. They are now offer classes in the evenings, on the weekends. So a lot of colleges are aware about adult learners trying to go back into school. So they offer more availability, more classes. And we're like, if you have to go work in the morning or you can't find someone to do your childcare or anything, they do offer classes in the afternoon. They offer classes on the weekend. Let's look into what you want to go study, and we can look into and research which will be the best option for you.
Yeah, because you try to make it easy, whatever way you can, to help them get back into the process. So as we look kind of down the road, the future, I talked about 5 years and maybe even a little further out, 10 years as we go forward. First of all, I love your passion for this program, and you're a wealth of knowledge. It's amazing how much you've covered in the time we have with this program this afternoon. So let's kind of look at overall. This leads to a deeper desire to learn, to read. It ties into other services that the library offers. I know I've talked to a couple of students who've come through CafeCollege, and just by being associated with the library, they realize, well, not only this on my part of the career and planning and going back, they realize that the resources that the library has have helped them look at other things they want to do. and to get involved with some of the things we offer in a broader way, which brings them back fully into the understanding of even getting their library card, which is an important piece of this process. So they can have access to all the things that you can get with that card. Tell us a little bit about that connection so that Cafe College is not just kind of standalone piece. It really is a gateway to opening up other avenues within the educational process.
Correct. So like you mentioned, we always encourage our students to get a library card. And we're like, here, these are the resources that you can use in order to help you. Brain Fuse is a great resource that the Houston Library offers that not many students are aware of. They have a writing lab that you can submit your essay and then you get a response back between 2 to 3 days. They also have flashcards, flashbulbs in order for you to study. You're interested in learning a language and the students, they're like, well, I don't really want to take a language class at a college. That's okay. You know, do you have a library card? Then they have Mango languages. That's something that you can offer that you can use completely for free. And they're also the one that I always recommend to students. They're like, oh, I'm interested in photography, but I'm not quite sure if I want to do it, or I'm interested into getting more about Microsoft Excel or how to use Outlook. As I'm using it, we offer always refer them to our LinkedIn Learning, which is offered to the Houston Public Library. And they're like, look, you can get a certificate on digital photography. You can get a certificate on how to use Microsoft, how to use Outlook, how to use Canva, which is the software that you use in order to go to school. So, you know, these are all different options, and also kind of helps them be more focused to kind of decide if they're undecided on what they want to study, because they can go through LinkedIn and do like, oh, photography, business management, customer service. And they're like, oh, I really like what I did through LinkedIn. Maybe I'm really interested in going to school for that and something like that.
Yadira, I can't think of anything else that you've left out, but since we have about a minute left, I'm gonna give you an opportunity. Anything that we have not touched on that you want to make sure you get out to the public?
I did, and I'm so sorry I did not bring this up. We actually also have what it's called an adult literacy program. So one of the things that we started this year with my coworker is that she does adult literacy for adults that don't know how to read or can comprehend or having trouble with vocabulary. She has wonderful testimonies. I hope she'll get a chance to be in your program to talk about a little bit more about that. So we still have room available for anybody that's interested, that it's scared, they're like, oh, I'm not like, I can kind of sight read or kind of just guess the words. We have that adult literacy in order to help them understand and comprehend the vocabulary in order to feel more comfortable to read it and go further down.
Well, thank you. I figured there was one other thing that you have left, so let me make sure an opportunity to cover that. Again, thank you very much for being our guest on this segment of Dialogue Houston, dedicated to the Houston Public Library for such a time as this, living in new knowledge. So great to have you with us, and you've been a wealth of information. And please go to the website, look up Cafe College, and avail yourselves of all they have to offer. All right, let me close with this thought today. Since we're approaching Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, it is time to think about what you're going to do from a community service perspective on that day and the week of Dr. King's birthday. What are you going to do to take your dreams and your hopes and your visions into action? What are you going to do to be positive and do something to help another human being? What's your attitude going into this new year of service to your neighbors and to your friends? And just make it a positive attitude year. Be grateful. Find something every day for gratitude to be grateful for, and understand that we're all in this together. Our common destiny, our common future, collective future together as Houstonians. Until we come together again, be well, be safe. Peace, power, and love.